Maybe. Hey guys, welcome again to our weekly ecom call. And tonight we're going to do it like a little different. So we're doing a joint call with me and Veronique. So we're doing an Amazon slash UGC call tonight. And we do have our friend Rad here. So if you guys don't know Rad, Rad is my mentor and friend. So he's a great husband and father, amazing person who really cares about people. And that's why I want him here tonight. He has 190,000 subs on YouTube. And if you guys do YouTube, you guys know how hard that is to do.
Yeah.
And I'm also a part of his finance mentorship. So as you guys know, I love business, and this is the person that I'm learning from. So you guys are in for a treat tonight.
Yeah. Great.
You guys want to add anything?
I mean, let me just say, Rad is full of surprises and he's always dropping knowledge. Like honestly, guys, tonight is a treat. So if we talk about finance, if we talk about UGC, if we talk about Amazon, if we talk about YouTube, anything that comes out of his mouth, believe me, he's dropping gems because I've been on his 5 hour calls before and they're so like every call is so amazing and so unique and he just knows how to help people. He's helped us personally with so many things and we're just so grateful to him. And so we're just so honored for him to be here tonight and just having, taking the time to be here. So thank you, Rad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. I guess we can start, bro. If you can just introduce yourself real quick to the
Yeah,
group.
yeah. So I see some familiar people in here. Shout out to everybody, all you familiar ones in here. Yeah, so name is Dan. I'm pretty crazy, so they call me Rad. Been doing YouTube and coaching and consulting for the last what, 4 years now? The last four
Oh wow,
years.
four
Been
years.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, started YouTube in 2021 of April. So actually going on 4 years today.
Wow,
And
today.
yeah. And then 3 years of having a coaching program, which some of you guys are in. Shout outs to everybody in there. Um, so yeah, it's been like a 4 year, high powered degree in learning people, managing people, and finance and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a blessing. But yeah, that's what I did. And then right now I'm living in Mexico, Viva Mexico, down here in La Paz, Baja California Sur. And yeah, life is great. Got a little 8-month-old daughter, and she's my world. So yeah, doing well.
Love it, bro. Um, I guess my first question for you is, as far as the Amazon space, right? Like, how do you honestly like believe in Amazon space? Like, you like it?
Amazon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Amazon's great. Amazon's in America, Amazon's in Dubai, Amazon's in Mexico, Amazon's in Canada. Amazon is not going anywhere, right? And if anything, it's just going to keep changing and evolving. And I forget the stat of how many people get online every single day. So every single day, there's new people that order from Amazon. And just with the UGC content, it's at an all-time high. It's getting ready to skyrocket for content creators. So it's just a really good way to add extra income, monetize, bring awareness to your brand, all types of stuff.
Yeah. How about with UGC? Like, how do you feel about it? So it's an up and coming,
Yeah.
marketing slash ecom thing, right? It's happening right
Yeah,
now.
I feel like you guys are really ahead of the curve because I started hearing about UGC from you guys, to be honest with you, right?
Mm.
And you're like, a lot of people are doing it, a lot of people are doing it. I looked into it, and it's just a huge, huge moneymaker with TikTok and Shorts and Instagram, and just it's the wave right now. And so I feel like you guys are really early to the space, which is really awesome.
And then I think you're like really good. You're like really good with scaling too, right? So I guess as far as like Amazon or like UGC, like how do you really scale these businesses?
I think the biggest thing to scale is to stay simple, right? I think you need to stay simple. The more complex, the more frustrating, the more complex, the more things go, a lot worse than they could be going. So the more you build a business around what you like, love to do, and the more simple you keep it, the more you're actually going to do it. Because it takes you a lot of hours to get good at anything or to learn anything or to get traction at anything. You can't expect yourself to just step in this world and be successful. It takes hours and hours and hours of failure of success. And so I would recommend everybody only do things that you're truly passionate about and make sure that the software you're using or the systems that you're using is something that you actually like to do. Even the platforms that you post on. Why I just talked to a client today. Why would you post on Instagram when you don't use Instagram, right? So if you love Instagram, that's a clue to what you should be on. So you really need to be picking the platforms that are something that you're passionate about and that you enjoy using so that way you really crush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Um,
How about as far as like being a creator with like UGC? Like how do you really become a better creator? You know, with or you know, with UGC or just in general? Because you're
Right.
supposed to scale your channel to like 190,000, right?
Yeah.
You
So
haven't
I
even really
think
posted too, like recently. So that's crazy.
yeah, that haven't posted at all. It's been years since I've actually posted native content, to be honest with you. I'm getting ready to do it again this year, but that'll be up and coming. Um, yeah, so I think the biggest problem with people uh, when it comes to YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, anything that requires them to take a video of themselves and show their crazy voice and crazy self. I think it comes down to I think it's actually internal issues, right? I don't think making content is hard. I think we make it hard. And I think that the biggest issue that you have to overcome when you're putting yourself out there is that you have to be okay in your own skin. If you're not okay in your own skin, then everything is going to be difficult, right? And I think that's the only reason why people don't do it, not because they can't, but because they don't want to, because they don't like how they sound, or maybe they want to maintain their privacy, and that's fine too. But I feel like the biggest thing isn't a privacy thing. I feel like sometimes we hide behind that excuse. I feel like it's more about internal issues about, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this, or, I'm insecure. I don't like how I sound. I don't like the way I look. If people are gonna like me, is this good enough? And these are not issues that anybody can solve for you. It's issues that you have to take ownership of and solve yourself, right? So the biggest part that I had a program last year where you were a part of, right? And I would tell people just turn on your damn camera, right? And turning on the camera is not difficult, but recording on that camera can be very difficult for people.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why we actually teach both. Because with FBA, right, you don't really need to do any marketing. You're just buying products. You're being like an introvert, buying products, making money, leveraging your credit cards, and then on
Mhm.
the very next side, you got to show your face somehow, right, and create content. I think there's
How
pros and cons to both. Go ahead.
how do you think you overcame like all of your insecurities? Because like when I first met you, you were like a mouse, and like now you're like a lion, man. Like you're always talking, you're making jokes, you got personality on camera. Like the Lewis I met in 2022 is not the Lewis of today, right? So man, you just come so far. So what do you feel has
Uh,
been your secret to overcoming insecurities or uncomfortabilities?
I think just doing it, really facing your fears and just doing it. Years of practice, joining mentorships like this one in your ambassador
Hmm.
group last year.
Hmm.
I think you just gotta be pushed by someone, or if not, push yourself to just keep doing it. I'm
What do you
still
think the big
pushed though, up to
what
this day.
I think the
what,
support though that he got in your group with the YouTube,
yeah,
that really helped him too. Like having
yeah.
a group of support that was always like, you could do it, Lewis, or I loved your video. Because even though he would always be hard on himself about it, because believe me, he's like, oh, is this good? Or, you always question when you're doing your video and he watches himself and he's like, oh, I should do it again. I'm like, no, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Also, I
Yeah.
think really having that support, it really does matter. So that's why I really like these groups because we support each other. Um,
Yeah.
so I think, and then with even with Amazon FBA, like it's not easy swiping your credit card all the time and ordering products, even though you're not on camera, like you still
Yeah.
support with that. So it's good that like that we have this, that you guys are all
Mhm.
doing it together, knowing
Yes,
that
different
we're
type
all,
Yeah.
of friction with like leveraging your credit cards, right?
yeah.
So you said like doing it, right? Like how do you think people can just go do it? Like what is stopping people from just doing the damn thing? Like what's stopping people from doing? Because you are a true example of just doing it. Like you do it, bro. Like you're probably one of the most consistent people that I know in the space. Like you know, like, and I think that that's a true testament to your success as a coach and as an entrepreneur is you don't give up. You don't let things stop you. You may not be happy with this or that, but like you just keep doing. So what do you feel like your secret is the consistency? Because
Mm.
I think you nail consistency, bro.
What do you mean as far as like videos or Amazon or just in general?
In general, man, how do you just do something that you don't like? What does Lewis have to do to get there to just do something they don't like?
It became about pizza.
Does Veronique beat you or like what's going on? Tell us the secret.
Um,
No,
How do you do it?
we're actually the same when it comes to that. We were just saying,
Really?
but I think that's our biggest thing, but then we're both very strong. So that like, we
Mhm.
go like
That's
this.
good. Okay.
Sometimes because we're just so strong and we're always like, okay, we just got to get it done. Like nothing can
Mm,
stop us.
that's
You
cool.
I think
Okay.
with me, like a lot of, I guess like fear management, I guess, or just doing it really. I don't know how to explain it. Like I just do
So
it.
do you feel like that's always been you, or do you feel like that's been you since like Veros came into the picture in your life? Because
know?
I feel like you guys are like really like each other's cheerleader, right? So like you like pump each other up. We can do it. We're a team. We're a power couple. Were you always like that before you met your wife, or is this kind of like a newer thing?
I think both. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, because I was an immigrant. I came to US as an immigrant. I went to school. I had to like
But that's the
pass my,
secret. You're an
what I mean?
immigrant. That's why you work hard. You're an immigrant, bro. I
I had
don't know
to
too
pass
many
my
easy immigrants.
nursing school. I had to get a job. I had to work 12-hour shifts.
Mhm.
I have kids, so I don't know.
So it's a mindset. It's a way of life for you as an immigrant.
Yeah, and then of course, Bernie first me too. We started business together in 2013. We left for jobs with risking our freaking lives.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that fear also helps. I guess like just if I don't do it, then it's it's not gonna
Doesn't
work.
get done.
Yeah.
Well, Veronique, how do you do the damn thing? Like, how do you do it when you don't want to do it? Like, you're kind of stubborn, right? You're kind of
Oh,
strong-willed. So,
I
so
am.
how do you do something you don't want to do? Because you've had to do the same thing.
Honestly, I pray a lot because
So
sometimes,
praying gets you there. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
because honestly, sometimes I don't know how it's going to end up. I'm just praying that it does work. Like
Wow.
I'm not in control. So all I know is like I'm in control of today of doing the
Hmm.
action steps. And
Hmm.
hopefully it will take me to the next level. Like I'm applying for all these jobs and uh, my insecurities inside are like, oh, you're not good enough for this job. But I'm just
UGC
like,
job.
yeah, UGC jobs. Like there's some on there are like acting jobs. And I'm like, I'm not an actress. But you know what? I'm like, I just do it. I just apply. And then I ended up getting one of the jobs I thought I wouldn't even get. So
You got an actress job?
well, this toddler multivitamin job, I didn't think I'd get it because it was a high paying job for me as a new UGC creator. So I didn't think
Mhm.
I'd get it, but I just told myself, you know what, I'm just gonna apply. Who cares if they don't reply back, then okay, I'm just gonna keep applying. And I think that's what I do is I keep applying and I just push myself, I challenge myself to do things that I'm uncomfortable with. Um, and then I see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, shots you don't make, shots you don't take, right? So
Right. Yeah. If it's not negative, I feel like just keep trying and see where it takes you.
Yeah.
that's good.
I think any business too, right? There's a lot of risk anyway. Like it doesn't matter what business you do.
Yeah.
Content
Yeah,
creation, e-com, I mean, don't matter.
And I
I
feel,
used to.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead, go ahead, go
No,
ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like as human beings, we're always insecure when we start something new, but it's just we have to keep fighting those insecurities to see where it will like take us.
How do you fight insecurities? What does that look like for you?
Um, I don't know. I guess just telling myself like not to believe the negative stuff.
Mhm.
Because I think, well, for women too, I mean, you guys too, right? Do you do that too? Like, oh, I don't look, I know for him, he'll be like, oh, my eye bags or something, or your haircut, right?
They're exposing me.
Okay. But for women, it's like beauty. So we're like we're going against like these models or beauty stuff. So I think the great thing about UGC is they want normal people. They don't want models and high these influencers. Like they want regular moms and dads and doing their products. They want regular people. So I think that's why I like it too, is that I don't need to compete with these like Victoria's Secret models and stuff.
Mhm. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess with funding, bro, like I guess like how do this is a common problem with Amazon, right? So the skill set is pretty easy to learn, but then once
Mhm.
you learn it, you need to get capital. And then once you get capital, people have a hard time spending it.
Mhm. Why do you think people have a hard time spending it?
I mean, same thing. The thing that we're talking about today: fear, insecurity, like
What do you think fear is?
fear.
Hmm?
What it is?
What-
Um,
What's fear?
I don't
fear
even
of
know what that is,
unknown.
bro. It's like a negative emotion that people fear when.
The fear of unknown, like you don't know what's going to happen. And I think we always want to be in control of everything
Why do we want to be in control of everything?
Why?
to feel secure.
But why though? Why do we want to
I don't
be?
know. I guess because we were raised like a lot. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels like that, but we were raised that way. Like you got
Like,
to have
like scarcity?
security and you have to have, stability and things like that. I mean, we didn't really follow that. We kind of went against the odds, but I think that sometimes that's what people tell me. It
Mhm.
They're afraid of what might happen if it doesn't work out. If
So
it
if okay, let's role play. If your business stopped working, your Amazon fell apart, and you couldn't do Amazon, what would you do?
What would we do personally?
Mhm.
What would we do? I think
We have other streams of income.
we
So I mean,
always
UGC or marketing, like social media.
So if Amazon stopped working for you guys and you could never do Amazon again, would you still be okay?
yeah.
Yeah, it would be okay.
I think for us we're always trying to have like different plans. Like, okay, if this doesn't work out, what else can we do?
Plus, the skills like stay with you anyway, regardless.
If you lost your house, would you guys still be okay?
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
gonna suck, but yeah, still
yeah.
be okay.
God forbid the cat got food poisoning and went to kitty heaven, would you still be
Oh,
okay?
don't talk about my thunder that way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think sometimes we have this big thing of fear, like if this happens, my life is over. You should go to Bangladesh and like you should go to Karachi and you should go to all these different places where they're not even 1% as wealthy as you are and have the opportunity that you have. So I think as Americans, and this is what I love about living outside of America, is I don't have that American mindset in a sense of this materialistic, I have to live up to the standard, I have to be the Joneses. No, everything that I do is for freedom, and no matter whatever happens to me, I'm going to be okay. So I think if people can start living on edge and like confronting and taking every thought captive, per se, regarding like thoughts that don't serve us and actually limit us and hold us back from our purpose or what we want to do. I think once we start taking these thoughts captive that aren't serving us, I feel like we're going to be a lot more effective, bolder, stronger, more radical in what we do and how we do it. And I think I think fear just holds so many people back. I see it all the time. I knew what held me back. I grew up in extreme poverty for most of my life. And so I never had anything really given to me. And I remember like if you made $60,000 where I come from, it was like you made it. We're talking 5 grand a month. And my mom was a bus driver. My mom was a cosmetologist. Like there was nothing, right? We had nothing. And so I say all that to say, um, I had to overcome a poverty mindset. Like I always played the safe route for most of my life until I turned 30. And then when I turned 30, like my entire life changed when my mom died. But part of that overcoming that poverty mindset is still something that I don't necessarily have to tackle it every day anymore. But it was a big thing when I was starting out entrepreneurship is like, I gotta stay safe. I gotta stay safe. But if we're really honest with ourselves, what is safety? And how are you really going to be safe? If you lost your house today, go to your mom's. If God forbid your mom left, you and Lewis would find your way. If God forbid you guys broke up, you'd still find your way, right? Because God is good. So the thing is if you have God, you have everything.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, because any business, right? It doesn't even really matter. So
Someone wrote,
Eugene, mhm.
Eugene wrote certainty, confidence, and conviction. That's what he wrote.
Gino, what's up, bro? I got your message. I'll respond soon, man. Good to see you, man.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Gino.
Yeah, that was just about security, that's kind
Yeah.
of security, my take on security, I guess.
Yeah. I gotta take those things you're talking about, man. You're looking good and young, man. I gotta look spiffy like you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
We almost got the same glasses though. Almost, almost.
If
Good to
you guys
see
have
you.
questions, we can have like open mic too. It's not just us
Yeah,
like
any questions you guys got? Yeah.
yeah,
Or
I
chime in,
mean
guys.
any anything about business, Amazon, content creation, mindset. Because business to me is personal development, right? So like
Yeah.
whatever we talk about here applies to Amazon, to UGC,
Mhm.
or any business really. That's your job, to your lives.
Yeah, we're here for you guys. So whatever you guys want to ask.
Be quiet again. Anyone brave wants to ask a question or like type in the chat?
Yeah, you guys can type in the chat. Come on, guys.
Hello, you guys can hear me?
There you go.
Yeah.
What's up, Ronaldo? Thanks for being here, bro.
Well, thank you. I mean, I figured I'd jump in and see what this is all about. And I actually, one thing you said, which I actually did it backwards. So I have the capital, I spend the money, but I did not get the training because I counted on three partners who were supposed to do everything. But since, they basically fell out and they did a lot of talking, but they wasn't able to produce. Now I got stuck with the business and now I'm forced to learn it because I'm trying to recuperate the money I already invested into it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not alone on that one, man. That happens a lot, especially in ecom.
Yeah, so this is something I was not really into, but since they sold it to me, they pitched it to me, and it was family members. And Ray, we'll do everything. We just need the capital. We need to get our foot in the door.
Just get the cat and the dog, and you never got to take care of it, right? Just get the cat. You don't got to feed it. You don't got to change the litter box. Next thing you know, I see you the next day. You taking out the litter, man.
Yeah. So I actually got into the Amazon wholesaling with a management company.
Wow.
And now, these guys was not able to pay the bills. So basically, they're out the picture. And I'm in there by myself and basically, figuring it out.
Wow. How you doing with it?
Well, it's a process. It turned out to be, from a 90 days enrollment period to ungating and going through the whole system. Everything is already established, but that 90 days turned into like 6 months. So right now, I finally got the first brand ungated and 15 products in there. And now, now I'm seeing transactions, movement. But it's still, you got to give at least 1 year, 2 years to see if it's worth it. If not, you go to something else.
Yep, 100%, man. 100%. What did you do before ecom?
I usually do real estate.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm a buy and hold guy. So I usually buy, I stay with it, I rent it, I leverage, HELOCs and things of that nature. And then, but my main source of income is always going to be my job, which I'm basically a safety manager in the construction industry.
Nice, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. So, I dibble and I dabble a little bit with the, I guess the trending thing right now is the cryptocurrency. Which
you're into crypto?
Yeah, I played with it for a little bit, but I get in and I get out as fast as possible.
Okay. Yeah. You scalp the market. I got you, brother. I got you.
And then, I also play with the stocks here and there. So, I play around with the 401k and moving the money around and, to see what works better. So I'm I guess an aggressive conservative if that's a term.
I like it. I like it. That's a cool term.
You don't have that problem of
Yeah.
fear, bro. I mean, you're in the trenches.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry what happened to you, by the way. And believe me, like Rad said, we've heard so many stories alike where that's happened to people where, they're told like, oh, just give us the money and we'll help you grow your store, so
No, but the issue, like the situation I'm in, is a little bit unique because you know, I'm a high income earner, and my biggest problem is I pay too much tax.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
got $50,000 of money I gotta play with. If not, I give it to Uncle Sam. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you get it.
so I didn't mind investing that and trusting in friends or family, and that's fine. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm gonna lose it regardless. But now, like, I'm forced to learn it to try to see if it could, run and operate the way it's supposed to. So
Yeah.
it's a expensive education, you would say.
I like that.
Yeah.
50 racks. I mean, Amazon is great though, so I think you'll be
No,
good.
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I like it so far. The dashboard, Seller Central is a little bit, intimidating with so much information at one shot, and then there's more behind that. So, and then you got all the apps and whatnot. So that's why I got the management company. I'm not there to make money. I'm basically trying to create it to generate a certain amount of revenue. That way I can leverage that and do something else with that.
Mhm.
Love it. Yeah, I got you though, bro. If you have any questions, you can just let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, I got a couple of products, and then eventually, once those products sell, so I guess they're testing it, 15 products. So now it's ungated, and once they sell, there's like $50,000 in inventory that they have like in their bank or stored away, and then they just start ordering by bulk. And then the split is 60-40. So I get they get 60, I get 40. Now if I want to go a little bit higher than that, the margins will be a little bit different.
Got it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, if I learn it, and then I do it on my own to try to make a better profit margin. But like I said, I'm not in there for the money. I'm just there to make sure it operates and it does what it's supposed to. And then if it could do that, then, it's all about scaling it. So the scaling part is easy because all you got to do is throw the money at it and it's going to grow by itself.
Yeah.
Once you automate it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're in the right track. So
Yeah. And like Lewis said, if whenever you have questions, you definitely can reach out to him and he can help you in any way he can.
All right.
I
Yeah.
think we have a question from Sabir. He asked Rad, what camera do you use for YouTube and also for editing? Random question asking, laugh out loud.
Ooh, good question. So I'm not too cool, man. Like I used a really basic camera. I don't know if I even still have it. Let me see. I don't have it with me here. But I used a basic webcam when I was starting off on YouTube. Oh, actually, I have it right here. Yeah. I'll get Lewis the model for you guys. And you can do some UGC content with it. See here. Basic webcam with a ring light on it, and it's a USB connecting. So it's super archaic. It's like 4 years old. I don't really use it too much. I use my iPhone for mostly everything now. And when it comes to editing, I use iMovie. It gets the job done for a lot of stuff. Or I can use Final Cut if I got to use a lot of like cuts and overlays and stuff like that.
yeah, check out Rad's YouTube channel, by the way.
He
I'll
just
put it in the
there
chat.
for you guys.
It's all old ghetto videos on finance,
Oh
but
my God.
they got the job done. We'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, there's another one. His two channels, so I'm gonna post both in the chat so you guys can check it out. If you guys are on Amazon, by the way, this is a good like place to watch videos, so you guys can get more funding.
Yeah,
So hold on,
definitely.
hold on one second. Channel.
There we go.
I guess what's up about like funding, bro. So what are the best credit cards, I guess, for like UGC or scaling Amazon?
So, what's the best credit cards depends on what somebody's looking for, right? So, what are you looking for? Are you looking to travel? Are you looking for cash back? Are you looking for 0%? So, let's talk about it. So, let's say you have Amazon fees, right? How much are every Amazon fee normally for you guys on a product?
I mean, at least 15% referral fee from Amazon plus other fees, like maybe like 20, 25.
Yeah, cool. Maybe you can knock off 2% with a good cashback card. A lot of people don't realize that. So if you're looking for cash back, you can get that with a business credit card. You can apply for a business credit card without actually having a business. You can do a sole proprietorship. So that's pretty cool. So I guess you'd ask yourself is like, what's my ultimate goal, right? Am I looking to travel for free and I want to use Amazon to like rank up a bunch of miles and points and travel to Tahiti for free? Or am I looking to get my store off the ground and I don't have a lot of money to pay for it? So maybe I'll do a 0% card, which gives me time so I can put stuff on a 0% card where I don't have to pay interest for 12 to 21 months. So leverage with 0%, cash back and having more profit margins that way. Or another one you could be doing is is a travel stuff, right? So maybe I want to put it on an ink card or a sapphire card and be able to get miles and travel, take a vacation. Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs they don't take vacations because they don't feel like they deserve it. But I feel like every entrepreneur needs to take one vacation a year, even if it's something not major, because you need to have a reset if you're caught up in the system and they're caught up in the cycle, and it's just not going to get well for you. You need to get out of the situation, get a new environment, reset your clock, and then go back and hit it hard. But I think vacation is just I think it's looked at as a luxury and not a necessity. But the bottom line is if you're not spending time with your family or your spouse or yourself, like you're just gonna burn out and then you're good for nobody. So
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I think yeah. I just had one student, Joe and Neil, they actually went to London using their credit cards.
yeah.
So and they were doing Amazon. I think that's the best way, in my opinion. You know, I mean the cashbacks are nice and with the percentages or whatever, but I think traveling, in my opinion, I agree is very much needed.
Mhm.
Because all of us
Yeah,
are pretty much overworked, you know, and you can't really
paying
be creative.
$1,000 hotels a night, like for free. Like
Yeah.
very possible. I've done it many times, so many times.
You
Yeah.
stay at like all the Hyatts for free, right?
Got it.
Yeah. Sorry, was that a gem?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
It's
went to
no,
London, I remember. Go ahead.
I like I love traveling, man. Like you can really have some crazy, crazy suites and penthouses if you know what you're doing with the travel hacking game.
Yeah. I guess how about for creators, bro? I think you're kind of like limited, right? With
Creatives don't really need funding because we're getting paid for doing the jobs. You know what I mean? I guess you need funding to buy materials like a
yeah.
tripod or a good camera, things like that.
But as a creator, bro, like what can you really, I guess, like spend on and you know, like how do you like maximize your credit cards as a
Yeah,
creator?
so as a creator, I would recommend getting the Green American Express card.
Mhm.
Okay. And the reason why I would recommend the Green American Express card is I call it the Millennial card. And it's basically a lot of cash back for like taking Uber rides, doing train rides, just getting basic stuff. It's just a really good card to live off of. And the thing is like you're getting a tripod, you're getting a phone, you're getting all these things. It's a business write-off for you, right? So any money you make as a creator, you're still gonna need a write-off. And now you're able to get points that are not taxable. And now you're able to write off your equipment, things like that. And you're able to build credit so that way maybe down the road you want to scale your business and build a coaching program, or maybe you want to launch your own clothing line or your own white label product. Now you're able to do that because you've already established credit, you already have cash flow, and it all ties in with itself. Every single business needs funding when they don't need it, not when they need it. That's why you get insurance so you're ready, so you don't have to get ready, right? So if the grade goes down and you don't have food, right? Well, man, we got to get some food. Like if you're already stocked, if you're already ready, you're one step ahead of the game. And that's the way to always be in life and business, is to always be one step of the game, preventive maintenance.
Yeah. How about for
Get funding when you don't need it. That's the bottom line.
yeah, I agree. And I guess for like beginner business owners, like what do you like? I guess what's your advice for them? You know, like
Yeah.
people who just started, they have like 9 to 5 still. They're trying to find their way. It's their first year or less. Like, what's your
Okay.
suggestion for them?
So maybe we can do this in two questions. First time business owners and first time creators. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good one.
So first time business owners, you should not be doing anything you don't like. Nothing. If you don't like it, stop doing it like right now. I don't care how much you paid for it. The reason is because to get good at anything, you have to spend time in it. And if you don't like it, you're not going to do it. So it's not going to work for you. So you're going to waste your time, waste your kids' time, waste your partner's time. If you're not interested in real estate, don't even freaking touch it, right? If you're not interested in crypto, don't even freaking touch it. Don't touch anything that you're not passionate about, because to get good at anything, you have to spend diligent time at it. Nothing happens overnight. So that's step one. If you're working a job, you got a side hustle. If that side hustle doesn't keep you up at night, then you're doing the wrong side hustle. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, brand new business owner. Um, I would say zoom out when in doubt. What does that mean? That means you need to have a process in which you document your journey, because there's going to be times where things just suck and you want to quit, but it doesn't mean you should quit, right? That comes down to like personal conviction. So are you journaling? Why did you start this side hustle? If you went in on this, because the biggest thing that I find with people is when people fail, it's like damaging to their spirit. It's damaging to their soul. It's like when you say you're going to do something and you don't actually do it, you lie to yourself, and then it's hard to trust yourself. So now you have a ton of insecurities, right? So how do you fix that? Well, you fix that by not like overcommitting yourself to things, making sure that whatever you sign up for or you agree to is something that you actually can do, actually want to do, and you're taking baby steps to success. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So when you're working a job, you don't want to work that job. You're working your side hustle. Make sure it's something that you like. Make sure it's something that you excites you, keeps you up at night, so that way you keep doing it. And then another thing I would say is before you jump from your job, this looks like different for everybody. Some people quit cold turkey. Some people just, work their way out of a job. Make sure that you have a plan. Okay. So if you're going to phase yourself out, have a plan. If you're just going to quit cold turkey, have a plan. Because if you quit your job full turkey and you're saying, oh, I'm going to kill it on Amazon, but what happens if you don't? And now you just quit a good paying job. Now you got to start over. Now you're embarrassed. Now you're feeling a certain way. Now you lost a lot of money. So don't be so dumb. Like have a plan to phase out. And if you're gonna if you're gonna quit cold turkey, then build a plan. Like, how are you going to pay your bills for 6 months? How are you going to pay your bills for a year? Are you going to move to another country and get your thing started in Bali? Are you going to move to Indonesia? Are you going to move to Philippines? Like, are you going to move to Mexico? Like, where are you going to live? How are you going to sustain yourself? And do you have enough capital to keep your business running and yourself going? If the answer is no, you're not ready to jump. Okay. And the other thing I would say is don't depend on credit as your crutch. I see so many people doing that. And I see once they get the bag, once they get the credit, they start jumping into these opportunities. And that's the worst thing that you can do, because you have to pay that money back. So how do you know you're going to like spending that money on this program? How do you know you're going to like this comp? Like, so be very mindful that just because you have credit doesn't mean it's a license to do anything and everything you want to do. You have to have some type of control, because you have to pay that money back if you want to like ever get credit again. So that's what I would say on that. As far as a brand new creator goes, give yourself grace and understand that nobody cares. And when I say nobody cares, nobody cares. If Veronique makes UGC content and she messes up or she blinks a certain way or her lipstick was off or she didn't like her outfit, I don't care. People that watch your content don't care. Lewis doesn't care. All we care is that she showed up for herself and she's doing her thing, right? So I think we think too much about what people think about us because we're our own critic and we're our own worst enemy. And that's the whole problem is you're the problem. If you're not making it in business, if you're having a hard time creating content, go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy, go to church, go to therapy, do something, go meditate. Like you're the problem. So get out of your own way and get out of your family's way and go deal with yourself because this is an internal issue that's manifesting because of certain things, right? So give yourself grace and be kind to yourself. Do what you love to do. Don't compare yourself to other people. You're not going to be that person. You're not going to look like her. You're not going to be as buff as him. Like you have to be okay with who you are because they're not you also. They're not as cool as you also. So you have to remember that the thief of joy is comparison. That's why God says, thou shalt not envy, right? Because you don't know what another person's dealing with. You don't know their secret problems. You don't know their secret addictions. You don't know what they struggle at night with. You want all that success. You want the glory, but you don't want the story. So just be careful who you're envying, compare who you're comparing yourself to, because the grass isn't always green on the other side, right? And where you water your grass, the grass grows.
Yeah, I think it's a big problem
I
in
love that.
industry, like comparing, Amazon results, comparing, like follower counts on Instagram or whatever, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to like model somebody's success, but their success and their story is not going to be your breakthrough,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
your own breakthrough is going to be what you do for yourself, right? Like, and how you do it. Like, people, you can take models. I like what Rad does here. I like what Carlos does here. I like what Renee does here. I like whatever these people do. Take the chicken and leave the bones. Like, don't be a carbon copy, be you. Be radical, be you. Do you. Don't be trying to do this and do that. Do what makes you feel right. Like like I said, even posting on platforms. I don't care if TikTok's the best platinum platform in the world for UGC. If you don't like it, don't do it. Like find your way in another platform. There's room for you in other where you show up consistently, there will always be consistent provision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
I agree. Because there's so many lanes anyway, and like even with Amazon, right? There's like private label, wholesale, OA, RA. And
Yeah.
same with UGC. There's so many
UGC,
lanes.
so much.
But you're right though. You just gotta find this lane that you like and resonate with.
Yeah.
You know where Nebraska's at?
Yeah. Nebraska.
Okay. Nebraska's where in the country, Lewis?
Where is it, babe?
Actually, don't know.
That's why I said to him, 'cause he looked nervous. Okay, so Nebraska's in the middle of the country, right? Okay.
Are you questioning?
California, you know where California's at, right? You moved there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nebraska's in the middle of the country, and then west of that is California, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How many roads lead to California from Nebraska?
Woo.
Many,
How many roads?
How
Yeah,
many
many.
roads?
many roads. Many roads will take you to your destination. You don't have to take a one-way highway.
That's so true.
You can take whatever way you want to take to get there, right? And everybody's path needs to be very like, I'm gonna do this because I want this, or just be intentional with what you do. Don't live your life by accident. Live your life with intention and purpose. Because why live your life if you're gonna live that way?
So what is like your daily thing that you tell yourself like, okay, I'm gonna like how do you mentally get through your challenges and things like that? By being a creator, by being a businessman.
Yeah, fuck how you feel, you will heal.
Hmm?
Doesn't matter what you go. Basically, fuck how you feel, you will heal. Like,
Hmm.
I don't care if you don't like it, Dan. I don't care if it's hard. Like, your feelings will pass. If we're led by our emotions, we're going to be destroyed by our emotions. Like, I feel like emotions are the communication of the soul. It's the language of the soul. Emotions will tell you something's off here, something I need to pay attention to this. It's a symptom, right? It's not necessarily the problem, right? And so I don't like it when people are led by emotions in their life. I like when they're inspired or cautioned, but to live your life on all of the emotions that you feel, you would end up in a crazy ward. Like You cannot live your life based on how you feel. You can pay attention to it, you can respect it, you can acknowledge it, you can let it pass through you. But if you want to get things done, it's gonna take you to get it done. That's why God made a human to get things done on earth, right? So I don't care if I don't like it. I got to do it. I don't care if I don't want to pay my taxes. I got to pay my taxes. I don't care if I want to sleep, my baby's crying, right? So it's not all about you. And you have to do things that you don't want to do, which means showing up for yourself. I'm not going to teach myself Spanish by not going through my material. I have to go through my material. I have to speak to people in Spanish. Like you have to do a tangible thing to get the thing, right? And it's not always cupcakes and unicorns. It doesn't always sunshine every day in Vegas. Sometimes there's storms, right? And so you have to take the good with the bad, the happy and the sad, and you just got to bulldoze through it. So
Yeah.
forget how you feel, you will heal. Like I don't care how you feel, you'll heal about it. You'll get over it. All right. You gotta keep going.
I like that.
Not very politically correct, but I think we
No,
need
I
less of
totally
it.
understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's stay on that topic. So people in the group, right? Like they have jobs, other businesses, they're running Amazon, UGC, they have kids, they have family, they're going through the ups and downs. Like you said. So how do you deal with, I guess, business, or well, life in general for like long term though?
What do you mean?
Like, like how do you deal with a hardship long term? Because people think it's kind of, you just
Give
do
me an
it.
example. Give me an example.
Okay, so I guess how do people deal with the problems of business long term?
What
Or,
problems of business?
or I
Like
guess
give an
ups and
example.
downs of like
Give him an
business long
example of
term.
a business problem. I guess
Give me an example of a business problem so I can answer it for you.
Let me see.
maybe a product not selling.
Yeah, I guess like, oh, you spent money on Amazon, and didn't really sell out, as quickly as you wanted to. Now you're like stressing about paying on credit cards, and then it sells
Okay.
out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
You go through the same
basically
problem.
I buy a product, nobody's buying it. I got to pay my credit card back. How do I deal with that?
Basically.
I never sell that product again and just pay my credit card back and learn from it. What could I have done better? Could I have done product research better? Why did I offer this product? Did somebody tell me? Did I research it? Like, for example, I'll give you a crypto example, right? Like some of us in crypto, we're looking for like the 100x gem, things like that. And some of these coins that we buy, they don't do anything, right? If anything, we waste our money on it. So, um, I mean, there's things that just happen, bro. Like there's things that you're just gonna miss it. Do you make all the shots when you're playing me in basketball? Absolutely not. That's why I beat you, right? So, so the thing
Barefoot.
is, that's good, right? You like that
And
one?
you're
So
barefoot. You were barefoot.
and barefoot. So, you're not gonna make every shot that you take, man. So you got to be okay with missing, because it's through the missing that you start making.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
would you
wouldn't have beat me that third game if I didn't beat you the first two, right? So, I mean, if you wouldn't have kept shooting, you would have lost the third game. But you kept shooting, so you beat me in the third game. You know,
but do
he's
you
got a
agree
good
most
jump
people
shot,
can't handle
everybody.
it though?
Huh?
I mean, would you agree that most people can't handle it? Like the
Most
punches of
people shouldn't
life
be in
and
business.
business and
Most people should not be in business. That's just the truth. Most
that's
people
why
are
we're here
not cut
today
out.
though. That's why we're here today though. Like
Yeah,
I want them to know like this is not, like you gotta be able to just take it like long
yeah.
term and you're gonna be okay and you're gonna be successful.
Most people don't want help. They say they want help. They don't do the steps to get help. Most people say they want to be a business owner. They can't handle the heat. They can't handle the pressure. Most people should just work a job and be thankful and live under their means. I hate to be doom and gloom, but we need people to walk in their role. Like if you want to be a business owner, then know what you're signing up for. You're signing up for no sleep. Everything's on you. You're putting your family at risk. You're putting yourself at risk. For what? What do you want? Right? So you can create the life that you want. You can still work for a business and live remote. I think people want $1 million lifestyle, not $1 million. I think what people truly want is to feel fulfillment and be able to do what they want, when they want, how they want, not necessarily have $1 million in their bank account. I think it's the feeling of freedom and less stress that they're wanting to feel. You can have these things working a job remotely. You don't have to be a business owner. you're at way less risk doing that, right? Obviously, you're depending on a job to employ you. I'm an entrepreneur and I turned into an investor. Okay. And I went from employee to business owner to investor. And my favorite, my favorite two was investing and being working for somebody that had really stable income. Being a business owner is extremely hard. It's in the middle. It's all on you. You can't even invest in anything unless you have cash flow. And then you have to give yourself enough runway to go through the seasons of business owning. So just be careful what you sign up and wish for. Like, and make sure if you're gonna put your risk in the game, you're gonna put your family in the game because everybody suffers because of you. I don't think we would consider our families in this. Like, you got kids, they may not have the Christmas gift that they want. They may not be able to spend as much time with you. You might miss some games. Like, you have to understand that. And I think that comes down to like lifestyle design. And I think a lot of people are so focused on the money and not the lifestyle design. And that's why I specifically did my lifestyle design to retire at 40 so I could spend time with my daughter and I can do what I want when I want. And right now, I never have to do another coaching call. I never have to do another presentation. I'm living way more organically and I'm completely good for the rest of my life. I'm saying that because I designed that. I live purposely to get there. And if you treat entrepreneurship like you would treat a university, a doctorate degree, a graduate degree, then we're going to have better entrepreneurs because it's going to take a ton of personal development. It's going to take you being around a lot of people, different people. It's going to take you really immersing yourself in something, and it's going to take everything out of you. So be careful who you go to bed with, and be careful who you spend your day with. And who you spend your day with is your customers, and who you go to bed with is who you go to bed with. Be careful on both of those situations because they greatly affect your life.
I totally agree.
Yeah, but I asked a question in the chat, bro.
So,
She said, I love your mindset. What did you do? Like, what did you do? How to reach it? Also, what is your daily routine like?
yeah, good question. Who asked that? What's her name?
Vanessa. So she does
Vanessa,
YouTube
what's up?
part-time right now.
What's up, Vanessa? So okay, daily routine. I don't have one. I don't wake up at a certain time. I don't really like to wake up too early, so I don't do the 5 o'clock, charmer thing. I'm more of a night owl. So first of all, I have a learning disability. Okay. My learning disability is my ADHD. Okay. I'm incredibly ADHD. So, me waking up at a certain time, me reading shit I don't like, me doing things I don't like is a recipe for disaster and a hot mess. Okay. So, I don't have a specific routine at all. What I do is I stay intentional about doing things that I want to do. And what I also do, Vanessa, is I focus on one thing, not two things, not three things, one thing. Okay. Because I can do one thing really, really good. When I start getting into two, eh, three, no bueno. Okay. So I'm like 1 to 2 things max. Don't put more things on my plate than 1 to 2. These 1 to 2 things are going to get done and they're going to get done extremely well because I'm going to put all of my focus behind it. Like a lot of coaches, they want to be on Instagram, they want to be on YouTube, then they want to be on TikTok. You know what happens? You don't got time for all these platforms. So pick one and put all of your energy in one so you get massive results. I talked to crypto investors. They got this coin, they got this coin, and nobody makes money because they didn't go all in on something. Like you need to go all in on something. Whatever that one platform is, whatever that one thing is, get so good at it. Get so good at it that you master it. And that's all you do is that one thing. And you get so good. So one of my mentors says success is boring. It's doing the same thing every freaking day and not stopping and becoming the best at it. Success is not sexy. It's boring, but the results from success is sexy, right? So, man, you got me in my soapbox right now. The bottom line is,
It's good.
bottom line is like how I live my life. I don't do shit I don't want to do, right? And what I mean by that is I don't sign up for things I don't want to do. I don't hang out with people that I don't like. I protect my time and my energy so I can do what I want. When I watch a YouTube video, I may watch something on politics, then I may be going over here to crypto, then I may see something on sports. Like I live my life very organically and I don't have any set schedule, but I have an overall outline. It's going to get done today, sometime today, because this is all my day is today. This and my baby. this, and okay, I'm going out to eat tonight. Like I can manage my time if I don't have a bunch of things that I have to do. So for myself, I'm free flowing. I'm pretty much a lot like Veronique, and I like to be free spirited. Like I don't like anybody telling me what I got to do, when I got to do it, how I got to do it, right? That's just not going to work for me, right? Because if anything, it's going to make me push away from that. So I'm very much like you in that sense. So my day, to answer your day, I don't have a routine, but I have an agenda. Okay. I don't have a routine. I have an agenda and I have an outline. What's the other part of that question? How did I get there?
How did you reach that, your
Yeah.
mindset?
Yeah. Mindset, lots of personal development, girl. Lots of personal development. Um, there's a difference between spiritual development and personal development. And a lot of our religious institutions, we're focused on going to heaven. We're not focused on living on earth. And so what you need to really focus on is your mindset, right? Your mindset, I used to think it was like hocus pocus woosah, breath control stuff. Like breathing is important, exercise is important. All these things are super important. They're super valuable, but your mind is where the battle is won, right? How do you view yourself? How do you differentiate yourself when you're competing with somebody? Are you comparing yourself to them, or you say, "Oh, I got this," right? Where's your motivation coming from? Like, what does that look like? And so, I'm really big with Tony Robbins. I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan. I really believe in NLP a lot, neuralistic programming. I would really recommend you read every book that Tony Robbins ever put out. I know a lot of people say it's not a Tony Robbins seminar. Like Tony Robbins is probably one of the best motivators that I've ever seen. So I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan. I remember the year before I stepped into entrepreneurship, I was planning for my exit because remember, you got to have a plan or you plan to fail. I read 50 books in a year. Okay. Another thing that really helped me was this book called The One Thing by something Keller, Gary Keller. He's a real estate guy, but it just focused on handling one thing and crushing that one thing. One thing I was going to say about content creators is here's the deal. Let's say Lewis is passionate about YouTube. So he starts making YouTube content. And then his buddy, Rock, shout outs to Rock. Rock doesn't say this. I just want to say the name Rock. He says, "Oh, Lewis, man, you're crushing it on YouTube. You need to get on TikTok, man. You're going to kill it on TikTok." So what does Lewis do? Kisses his wife goodnight, says hi to the kids, rubs his cat, and then starts making TikTok videos. But what's happening? All of his YouTube audience is waiting for another video. No YouTube video. Next day, no YouTube video. Where's Lewis at? He's not making YouTube videos. He's on TikTok. So all of the success that he focused on YouTube is now crumbling because now he's shiny object syndrome over here, right? And then the next thing you know, somebody says, "Oh, Lewis, man, you're killing on TikTok. You need to start a podcast." What does Lewis do? He goes and buys a microphone and then he starts making a podcast. And now his YouTube channel's broken. His TikTok algorithm sucks. Nobody's listening to his podcast. Everything he ever built, there's no traction because there's no consistency, right? Build something with someone and build something with something. So pick a platform and master it. Say, I'm not going to get off this platform until I'm not going to try a new platform until I have 50,000 subscribers. I'm not going to try give yourself milestones and permission to try another platform. When I did my sales for my program, I said, I'm not going to sell anything till I served 100,000 people. So until I had 100,000 subscribers, I didn't sell a program, right? And then I didn't have a high ticket program until I delivered for a year on that regular program. So give yourself the permission and the ability to try a new thing by being consistent in one thing. So reward yourself. Hey, I'm going to do TikTok or I'm going to do YouTube, but I'm not going to do both because I can make more TikTok videos if I just stick with TikTok, and I can make more traction on YouTube. I can use the community tab. I can do shorts. I can do long. I can go live. I can do all that. I can print cards out. I can give them all over the place, right? I can go to brands and give them my YouTube channel. So I can get so freaking good and master this one platform that I don't need anything else. Like we treat platforms like side chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like you married to one girl, then you got all these side chicks, or you got 5 girlfriends. Like you can't manage all that. You need to simplify to amplify. So you need to pick one thing and get so good at it. And then the more you simplify, the more you'll amplify. And the more confident you get, the more dynamic you're going to get. Because people can sense confidence, right? And I like how they get down. I like how she does her hair. I like how she does her makeup. Let me give her this product. right? You're not going to feel good with makeup until you've tried the right makeup for your skin, until you rock that makeup, till you people have complimented you. So you have to walk through this life with intention and simplicity and authenticity.
So like you with jobs, you would say just have a job and have like one side hustle, right? And just stick to
Yep.
it.
Yeah. And if you want to quit your job, just have a plan for it. Like, just don't put your family and yourself through all this chaos,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I love it all. Do you guys have any other questions for Rad?
So Ian said I need to just talk. Thanks, Red. Yeah.
No worries.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Right, you're the man. You're very straightforward. I love it. And this is a question, I guess, for both of you, and it's on the Amazon. So one of the problems, like I know a lot of people don't talk about because they don't really get to that point yet. But obviously, it's like a 99-cent store. It's the same concept, the same model, where a lot of the money has to be front loaded, correct? In order to scale it. You're not gonna be able to scale without the capital.
Right.
Now, how you get the capital, that's a whole different story. So the biggest issue is spending the capital to get that team in place, which would be the CPA and all these other things, because losing the money is part of the business, right? You make money, you lose money until you stabilize and you balance it out. But the services that need to be part of your team as partners, whether it be the CPA, the financial advisor, all of this other stuff, that's the part that's very, very difficult to find, because you gotta call, you gotta interview, you gotta filter different. You actually have to try them out, and then you gotta let them go and get somebody else. So it's a process that's not too easy. So I don't know how you guys dealt with it or Lewis dealt with it.
Yeah, I got you on this one, Lewis. I got you. So let me ask. I'm gonna say this: how hard is it to find good people?
Very hard.
How hard is it to find talented people?
Very hard.
Okay. How hard is it to find somebody that's talented and a good person?
Well, in my situation, I just need a person I can rely on. Consistency is king.
Right. 100%. 100%. So what I'm saying is this is what I do in business. Okay. Business isn't about Amazon. Business isn't about selling products. Business is about building a team. And you're putting a team together to play ball on the court. So in your situation, I'm looking for somebody that rely on that can solve these issues. So I don't have to do it. So I'm not over leveraged, right? So it's putting an all-star team together to handle your weaknesses, right? Your CPA, your financial advising, your admin, your logistics, your product research, your content creation. You can't do it all. Nobody can, right? But when you're building a legit business, you have to put a team together and get people that you trust. And that's a skill set in its own. So I'm with you 100%. I would say building a real business is about building a real team. Because if you don't want a business, then what you're having is a sole proprietorship. And that's a whole different conversation. Having a sole proprietorship is completely different than building out an LLC, having a $10 million company or a $1 million company. If building a team isn't up for your alley, if you don't want to be dealing with humanity, if you don't want to be dealing with people's problems because you're going to get a ton of them, you don't want people ripping you off, you don't know how to create SOPs and all these type of things, then you need to ask yourself, am I better running alone and scaling like an investment company, like being an investor or a sole proprietor? Or am I better at actually building a business that I have to employ people and pay people? Because you can run faster by yourself, okay? But you'll go further with a team.
So how do you find those people?
That's a whole training in itself, man. But
we don't have enough time.
that's the whole training in itself. But like There's many ways to find these people, but the biggest thing is you need to figure out what you're good at and what you're not good at. And what you're not good at or what you don't want to do, you need to hire for. And then you need to find people in that pool of what you're not good at or what you need to hire for. You need to find out what type of personality do they need to have, and then what personality do you want to deal with? Because if you're okay with dealing with any personality, then go with the personality that you feel would be the best fit for this position, whatever that looks like. But when it comes to you, if you want to deal with somebody on your team that you like, there's going to be, is there personalities that you guys just don't get along with? I know there is for me. Okay. So I don't ever want to work with these fucking people. Sorry. I never want to work with people that I cannot stand. Okay. So I don't want to do stuff I don't want to do. And I don't want people around me that I don't like. So you need to figure out what are the weaknesses that I need to hire for. You know, what are areas that I don't want to do? What I don't want to do and what I need to hire for, it's going to be two different things. And then who would be the best fit for that position? And now we got to talk income. Now, how much money is this person going to need? Am I hiring somebody US, Australia, Canada, or am I going Philippines, Bangladesh, India? Where am I going? Am I going down to Latin America? Can I speak to these people in another language? What does this look like? Do they need to speak English? Do they not need to speak English? So we're dealing with language, we're dealing with, you know, nation states, we're dealing with personalities, we're dealing with a true assessment of what you're good and what you're not good at. So business is, in my opinion, about building a team, because if you're going to build a successful business, then you need to work on your business instead of in your business. You need to be the overseer of your business, not doing all of these things that you shouldn't be doing, because you're not going to be producing income generating results. That's just part of business development. I told Lewis, give good questions. You guys are giving great questions. I just want to add real value for somebody, a nugget for somebody.
Oh no, it's really good, bro.
It's really good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we do want to evaluate time though, so
Yeah,
we're kind of
so
over
we're
top of the
over
hour
the
already.
hour. So
No, you're good. I mean, if people got questions, I'll keep going. But if they don't have questions, we're good.
if you guys have any last questions, you can type them or say them. Okay, guys.
Yeah, but if not, we can let Rad go. This guy's busy, so
Yeah, he's really busy. Alrighty.
Thanks, Rad.
Thank
Got
you
you,
so
G.
much, Brad.
Good luck to you, man.
No, I listen to you all the time. I mean, I definitely got a lot of bits and pieces, and you give me a lot of insight that causes me to do a lot of research, and a lot of things, you know, I implement it. So,
Good,
I mean,
man.
I definitely get a lot value.
Good, bro. Where you in New York?
I'm in New York. I'm in Pennsylvania.
I can tell a New Yorker, man.
Yeah, and some of the people I listen to, they actually listen to you, and you know,
Oh, wow.
I listen to those, you know, the crypto guys and all of this stuff. But like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I get in and I get out. You know,
There you go. Hey, do you, bro? Do you,
I
man?
take the profit as soon as it goes up. You know, everybody wants 100, like you said. I take 10, 20%, but I throw a lump sum in there, and then I leave the monopoly money there to do whatever it wants to do.
You like baseball?
Nah.
No. Well, it's
I like to play it, not to watch it.
it's easier to hit base hits than home runs, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can win games with base hits. All you got to do is just get on base, man, and hit runs, man. Like that, and I think that's what people, they're always looking to get that. You know, I got this much out of the market. Like, dude, if you're winning every day, you're crushing it. Whether it's $10, $100, whatever that is, a 10x, 1x, 2x, like whatever. As long as you're winning, you're winning.
Yeah. No, it's like you know, like my basic philosophy. I learned it through real estate, so I just buy and hold. And I spoke to the gentleman you had earlier, older man, bald headed. I forgot where he was from.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still around, but I don't see him often anymore.
Oh,
but,
yeah, he died, man. He died, man.
He died.
Just joking, bro.
Young guy. Come on.
He's doing his own thing, man.
Oh my God.
All right. Yeah. So you know, I like to buy and hold, because at the end of the day, you buy and hold it. You got to put in the time, and once you put in that time, you can basically leverage that and take money against that. So you never have to kill the cow. You just have to keep the cow, produce the milk and the cheese. But if you just kill the cow for, you know, to just sell the beef, and you run out of cows, then you ain't got no more beef to sell.
Yeah, it's true.
So true.
It's true.
Yeah. So, I like, I'm learning a lot from you guys and the terminologies. Right now I'm in the farming stage, and I'm waiting for one thing. Well, I'm waiting for my taxes to get done and all that stuff. That way I could move forward and put everything into place and see how it plays out.
Yeah, you got this, man. You got this, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you like chiming in too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Thank you everyone for
All right,
being
guys, can we
here
give
tonight.
Brad like an
What's your training
or
tonight? What's your training gonna be on tonight?
This is it, bro. This is it.
Oh, this is the training. Okay.
You making it work more or what?
I thought you were gonna teach us ecom.
That's for next week, bro.
This one's a part of
This is-
ecom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks
I thought I
for
was
being here,
getting,
bro.
Thank
I
you.
thought I was getting a free Amazon lesson tonight, man. So I
Oh man.
my notebook,
You go on my
know.
YouTube channel.
I got you. I'm gonna go and give you some likes. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Lewis's YouTube channel. Let's get him monetized. Throw up those comments and leave those likes, man. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
bro.
guys.
Thanks for
All
being here, man. All
Have
right,
a good
guys.
one.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye-bye.